Hey, what is up everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at Dogecoin, which is currently down 4.5%. Now the entire market has been sort of falling down for the past 3 days, and in today's video we're going to be jumping into exactly where I think Dogecoin can be going, as well as a few other coins. Now before we do that, make sure you guys go check out the Discord down below. It will be the first link there. You can see on the screen right now just how many trades our members have been winning. It's absolutely insane. Make sure you join up. Inside the Discord you can start copying and pasting the trades we send out to you every single day into your own exchange and start profiting like you're seeing on the screen right now. Make sure you join up, super easy to do so, first link in the description. Now back to the video. So Dogecoin did enter this very small uptrend roughly from our entries, which is the 0.786 level on the Fibonacci right here, and it's at roughly 15 cents, so it's still up roughly 15%. However, we were up 35%, and we're not here to really take profits at 50-30%. We're looking for a few multiples. So you know, this sort of move right here wasn't really any sort of cause of concern for us, and neither is this move down. It's just simply gonna mean, you know, when we do come down to back to this DCA level that we have, we might look for more accumulations, which will just build the position size up, and when it does eventually come up to our take profits, it will just be way larger. So that's sort of the plan. Again, Bitcoin, you know, the main reason for the crash is, I explained it a few videos ago, but it's mostly due to the fact the market condition isn't that great, and it hasn't really changed ever since you know, mid-February is when the market sort of took a turn for the worst, and that was in the form of obviously tariffs launching. We had the FOMC and a lot of other news that came out wasn't all that great, essentially just causing a lot of uncertainty in the market. And Trump did say that there is going to be short-term pain, you know, and the thesis was that the reason for that short-term pain is that the US needs to borrow roughly $2 trillion, and with the current interest rates it's just not feasible, and it's way too much. So Trump's sort of plan was to cause the market to fall a bit with these tariffs, because again, you know, when tariffs launch, causes uncertainty, maybe we'll go into a trade war, there's going to be retaliation tariffs and so on and so forth, and it's not great for the market. Investors will start selling off their high risk assets, the first ones being crypto, tech stocks, momentum stocks, and everything like that. And that's what caused the S&P to crash, Bitcoin to crash, alts to crash, you know, everything crashed. And the S&P in specific crashed 10%, which wiped out over $5 trillion. So huge amounts were wiped out. And you know, after that, Trump was hoping for the FOMC to essentially announce rate cuts, which was two Wednesdays ago. They didn't do so. They remained neutral on their stance. No rate hikes, no rate cuts. However, the next FOMC meeting is going to be in May, and from May we're going to have back-to-back FOMC meetings in May, June and July. And if we get rate cuts on, you know, most of those FOMC meetings, we would see the market go back up, and I think it would cause a snowball effect where, you know, Trump will be slightly more lenient on the negotiations with tariffs and just overall with other political stances and economical ones as well, which will add more certainty back into the market. Another key thing to remember is obviously Trump is, you know, a new president in the term that he's just started. A lot of people will probably have forgotten how he was in his previous term, and he's probably changed a lot from his previous term. So for him to come in and instantly from day one start making these huge changes, it causes again more uncertainty in the market, and investors really don't like that. You know, that change might cause a lot of short-term pain, as he did announce, but in the long term it will be much more beneficial. When Biden was sort of in the presidency, this is essentially what we got. It was a very stable market, but in the sense that it really didn't move. You know, with the bear market we hit 5 cents, we went up to maybe 10, but it was overall just fluctuating very small. And this is the Trump effect. You know, as soon as the election started and Trump started winning, we saw a huge pump, and I think that's only going to get bigger. As with Biden, it was very anti-crypto. You know, the SEC was anti-crypto, they were suing XRP and so on, and now it's completely shifted. We have a pro-crypto president, we have a department in the government for the DOGE, it's called the Department of Government Efficiency, which literally spells out DOGE, and we have ETFs now launching, we have a crypto reserve coming. So huge stuff is coming, and that's why I think the market will adapt. And we're done talking about the overall market situation. You know, where is Dogecoin going to be going? Well, we hit this main resistance right here, and that's why we've been sort of falling down. We're most likely going to come back down to 15 cents, hopefully see some sort of reaccumulation here, and hopefully then we're going to be able to build up from that and continue to scale up. You know, overall I think the main resistance might be 28 cents right here once we break through here, and after that it should be relatively smooth sailing. You know, if we're targeting the previous highs here, it's 3x from our entries for a 2x, you know, it'd be just over that initial resistance level. So I think the trade is very, very well set here. I think the risk to reward is really, really good as well. Again, when we're entering on spot, there's no stop loss. We simply just add more DCA levels, and that's very, very important. You know, have enough capital for those DCA levels. Don't go all in at one level. So yeah, very, very simple plan. You know, buy extremely low when we do see these huge dips on the Fibonacci levels, and just hold. A lot of people instead, they probably were buying, you know, when we actually peaked and dropped to this fib level, thinking we're going to continue going up, and did so here. But you know, the real area should have started in the worst case scenario was 22 cents. That would have been 50% drop from the highs, an indication that it's most likely going to start slowing down. Second area could have been 15 cents. We started at 15. Third level could have been, or could be, you know, 11 cents, 12 cents, somewhere around here. Third, fourth, 8 cents. Have multiple take profits. And another key thing you want to remember with take profits is, with entry levels, is every single lower entry level you should look to enter with 20 to 50% more. So if we did 10,000 at 15 cents, we're going to look to do 12 to 15,000 at, you know, 12 to 11 cents, and whatever 27 or 22,500 at 8 cents, and so on and so forth. You want to keep adding, you know, more capital to each lower level, because then your average entry is going to be so much lower. When the market does slowly start to pick back up, you'll just see your take profits soar a lot higher. You'll get profits a lot quicker. It's just overall better. It's essentially like you're entering at the lowest point, and it's overall the best strategy in my opinion for long-term investing. Obviously we're not here to hold for many years, but I mean, when we're buying this low and going to be selling, you know, at the previous highs or even lower, it's going to be a 2.5 3x, which is very, very easy, and I think that's going to be attainable this year. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Other coins I'm keeping an eye out for this week include DOGE with HAT. This has been dumping. We were actually looking for shorts, didn't get any, but overall this coin is so shortable. A lot of trades to find on this coin. Other coins include Fetch, also started dumping down. API2 is actually starting to soar up a bit. Got a nice support level here, might be good for a few shorts. XRP also started to dump down quite heavily actually for XRP. We're back to under $2.10. Sui also slowly starting to dump down. Render not as much, but also starting that dump. Polkadot, same thing, gonna approach under $4 soon. AVAX very, very slow. Solana also instantly back down. ETH under 1.9k is insane. And Bitcoin obviously we talked about. That's it for today's video. If you did enjoy, please do make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to be getting my trades every single day, then check out the Discord down below. If you need a place to buy, sell, or trade cryptocurrency for the lowest fees, the best sign-up bonuses, then check out all the exchanges we're working with down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye guys.